I think we're going to go into request topics. I kind of like half didn't know if I wanted to sing it or just say it and let it go.
Request topic. Request topic.
So this one comes from our good buddy Dave. He sent me an article about... this is going to be two things together, too. He sent me an article about the NX, Nintendo NX, being released in March of 2017, which is not very far away.
No.
And at the same time that I read this article, another one popped up in my feed about the new Legend of Zelda being delayed till 2017. So if you put two and two together, I'm thinking launch title.
Yep. Oh yeah.
I mean, it looks very obvious. I love how, like, the very first thing they say in this article is, you'll still be able to get it on Wii U. Don't worry that you won't, you know. I'm like, I think at this point, if it's going to be a launch title for a new console, and if you have loyal fan base, they're just going to buy both of those.
Yeah.
They're not even going to bother.
They're pulling
about
a Twilight Princess with this.
Yeah.
Yep. Which, now I wonder, from a game collecting guy point of view, should I buy it for the Wii U instead? Because the one Twilight Princess for the Cube is worth way more than it is on the Wii.
Yeah, because Link's left-handed, like he's supposed to be.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't realize that. It's
Yeah, the
fucking
Switch is
bollocks
right handed because,
of the thing.
Yeah.
What does it matter? Just fucking right-hand it and you let him use his left hand in the game. Who gives a shit?
because you want to feel like you're Link.
I don't want to feel like I'm Link.
So you put that shield up like this, and you stab like that.
Yeah, I want that foam sword attachment to my Wiimote.
It's not-
Stab it.
I've never
wasn't-
played it. I've never played it with the motion controls.
It's not. It's
I
not.
never
A,
did
it's
either.
not foam. It's fucking hard plastic. You could-
Solid, sharp plastic.
You could have hurt a small child with that. Like if you really wanted
Sit
to.
around beating
Oh
children
my god,
with plastic
we should
swords.
film that for the gaming part. Grinding Gaming plays, you know, Twilight Princess on the Wii. And it's just me in a room with a ton of small children and that plastic sword.
We're about to get fucking arrested.
They have to sign waivers.
Oh,
You
yeah.
may or may not get your child back in the condition that it was left in. all hits are completely unintentional.
So,
If they're in the way, they're in the way.
it's all in the spirit of fun.
All in the
yeah.
spirit of fun.
And financial gain.
Which can be fun.
It is very fun. So, I'm really worried about this because Nintendo's doing exactly what they did with the Wii U and saying, like, this is when it's released. We're not going to show you what it looks like yet. We're not even going to tell you what the fucking thing does yet. We'll still leave that all up to speculation. And, like, hardcore Nintendo fans are like, oh, I'm going to get it no matter what. And the normal consumer is just like, I'm scared again.
Nintendo's very good at that.
Well, I mean, if
They're like, Sony's like, new console, bam, there's a picture of it, there's a boomerang controller
No, I'll
that we're
tell
going to
you-
scrap later on.
I'll tell you right the fuck now, I'm not sure if you know about that, but Sony's plan to release another PS4 that's just slightly stronger.
Oh, the 4.5, yeah.
I fucking hate that.
I'm not going to do it. I don't fucking
I hate
care.
it so goddamn much. I've had my system for less than a year. I'm not buying another one, Sony. Fuck you.
Well,
No.
you know for a fact that it's gonna have some similar functionality to the Wii U if they're gonna release it on both consoles.
Yeah.
Which is...
Meaning, if they're going
Which
to,
scares me because I
Yeah.
think it's going to be what I said a couple weeks ago. That I feel like it's going to be a fucking
it's just gonna be the
thing
game
that you dock
It's
into
a gamepad that you're gonna dock into something to hook to the TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I want a goddamn console that
We've
can
discussed
compete.
this. I'm really fucking worried about Nintendo right now. They're doing dumb shit.
For too long.
Not really for too long. It's just
Like
been recently in the last 10 years. This
Well, like, okay,
It's
since
so
the
bad.
Wii, they've been doing some really stupid shit. Like, the Wii, they're like, oh, it was financially successful. It's like, yeah, because you only printed, like, 5,000 of them for the entire world at launch. Like, it could, yeah, you'd be like, we sold all units. It's like, yeah, because you fed us fucking breadcrumbs.
Well, let's
It
be
doesn't mean it was great.
Let's be honest though. They've been going against like conventional thought since the 64. Everybody went to CDs. They stayed with cartridges. Then they're like, okay, well, we'll go to CDs, but we're going to make them small. And then then
so they don't hold as much. We gotta
then we're
print
gonna-
10 of them for a fucking
And
game.
then we're gonna go. we're going to do to the Wii, all of a sudden it's all motion controls, which none of the others
Games
had,
were.
had really
we discussed it. And then
Yeah.
a bunch of people tried to jump in on that Connect and then PlayStation
move, which, yeah.
But
And-
neither of them worked that well.
No, and we're still kind of feeling the hangover from that with the Kinect and the Xbox One, and
I get the idea of Nintendo wanting to step out the box, but it's at what point do you decide we need to make something that's just going to be all around good for everybody?
yeah. Well, the thing about
Like an actual
Nintendo is
console.
they're making games. They're making game systems. They're not making entertainment systems. They're like the Xbox and PlayStation
You
are
can put
so
your Blu-rays, and your
focused
CDs,
on
and your internet.
being a multimedia
Internets.
because you can actually hook your cable. Like if you have like
Yeah.
Xfinity, you can hook that up through your Xbox. All these different things that you can do, like all these apps you can download and everything. While the Wii has been more focused on just gameplay, to allow accessibility to people of all ages. Especially when they came out with the Wii, I mean, everybody from a 2-year-old up to like a 92-year-old, even older than that.
I feel like you stole that directly from the commercial.
Maybe I did subconsciously, but I think probably the Wii is that's when Nintendo invaded the old folks' home. A lot of people think because
Oh, yeah,
the guy
definitely.
that owns the record for most perfect games in Wii Sports is like a 90-year-old man who just sat there and just all day long just went, because.
Yeah.
But
I'm so glad we have a camera now. That's
know,
one of
and-
those moments.
If it gets into the highlight.
Yeah,
reel,
if it gets
though.
into the highlight reel. So I don't have a
Just
problem.
shove it along.
I don't have a problem with Nintendo being innovative, but they need to up the ante with their graphics. They need to be able to have.
See, I don't even think it has to be graphics.
People always argue that.
Well, I'm not saying graphics over gameplay. What I'm saying is, they're kind of. I mean, I know the Wii U. I don't own one, but I've seen, and it looks nice. Looks very good.
It's a good-looking...
But it's still not like 4K.
I don't need a fucking 4K system. What I want...
Well, see, technically Xbox One and PlayStation 4 at this point are 4K.
Yeah.
But people that are short-sighted and don't want to give something a chance are going to go to the flash. They're not going to go to the substance.
I'm aware, but what I'm saying is what I want is for them to stop just killing off their systems to make a new one. When they
And-
could just release fucking games that
What-
you want to play.
Yeah, I agree with that. But what I also want is that they make a system that all fucking parties that develop can just easily put fucking games on their console. They don't have to come up with this extra shit. So they're like, we don't want to do that. We just want to make the game that will go on these, and fuck you. Because I'm not
That's
programming
why
extra
some
shit.
people, like some programmers and publishers, are upset about the PlayStation 4.5 or whatever it's going to be called. I mean, it's still the PS4, but because they're going to have to create patches or go back and work on games that they've already finished. They just haven't released yet. Go back and work on them to make them work with that
Yeah.
ability, and that's going to piss people
Yeah,
off.
it's just really stupid on Sony.
Because the problem with the Wii and the Wii U was because other companies, third-party companies, were always scared off by the fact that they had to do a whole nother game,
Control scheme,
basically,
yeah.
to base around that control scheme. While, the Xbox and PlayStation, they could just pump them out because they're
the
very
same
similar
fucking game.
controls.
I just realized my cat's been in your lap this entire time.
Put in there.
Good
Yeah,
job.
he just settled in. So I don't have a problem with Nintendo getting creative with the controls. And I don't even really have a problem with them doing the portable and the console together. But I have a problem with what Jason said is, if you're gonna do something, stick with it. They've been very loyal to the DSs, but they keep releasing different versions of them.
Which I find hilarious because it's the same fucking system except for the new DS, which I own.
Mm-hmm.
I will say it is better than the old 3DS, simply because better battery life and better connectivity to the internet, and the games themselves are actually slightly stronger.
They run better.
Yeah, than the old ones, but they're not gonna. The handhelds are never going to be the problem with Nintendo. They never will be because people are going to always buy them. They always release games for them, and they're always solid systems that you're going to get what you want. Their main console is what's the issue right now because, like I said, it already seems like they're abandoning the Wii U, which is what, 4 years later?
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah.
they aren't releasing many games. In fact, I saw a list of the games being released this year by Nintendo for their systems. I think it's a total of 10.
Yeah.
I think it might be less.
And there aren't any third-party titles. There are going to be third-party titles coming out.
Of course. But, like, their games that they're releasing, it's like the 2 new Pokemon games, 2 remakes, Dragon Quest 7 and 8, and some other, like, spin-off games of games they already made, like an Olympic sport game again, another, like, Pokemon Rumble or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. I love Nintendo, and I always will.
One thing I am glad to hear this, though, is that the fact that it isn't coming out this year, which is what everybody was saying, that it was going to be out by Christmas. And
Nintendo said it was going to be out.
Yeah, I know, and I'm just like, no.
But March is a really weird release date, too.
It could just be a goal, and they could get pushed back. But the thing that sucks with that is then it's going to be even longer until we get that Zelda title that's been, hinted about for years now. Yeah. Basically since Skyward Sword.
Basically since the time I saw the first video of them talking about it, they're like, it's going to definitely be released on this date in 2015 for sure. 100%.
It's just sad. I just want Nintendo to make a fiscal decision based on what people actually are wanting.
And I want them to inform people. Like, I want to know what this fucking thing is. Like, I want to buy one, but I would still like to know what the hell I'm getting into.
Man, you're still going to buy it. You're a collector of
I
these
just
things.
said that. I'm going to buy it. I would just still I'd like to know something about it. Like, what's better than, like, when you get new tech coming out, that you get it, you get stuff, months in advance, and you know what it's going to be, and you're like, I can't fucking wait till I can get this.
Yeah.
Instead of it just being like, alright, fuck you.
It's
E3, we're not going to talk about
nothing
it.
gets announced, and all of a sudden it's on the shelves. And it's like you haven't seen anything, you haven't heard anything.
It's like that time when I found, when Silent Hill Shattered Memories just showed up in fucking video game stores, and I'm like, wait, this got released? Like, yeah, Konami's just like, fuck it, put it out.
They're like, where are these boxes still sitting? Get it out of here.
We forgot about that?
We forgot about it. We had them all packaged. They're just sitting on a truck somewhere.
Speaking of E3, Nintendo announced that they are solely going to be focused on the new Legend of Zelda.
Nintendo's been so weird at E3 for the past how many years
This is why
now?
E3 is going to die. It's been dying. And it's going to die even more, because, here's a company that so many things...
It used to be people went to E3 for Nintendo.
Yeah. And now
when
it's
Smash 4 came out,
yeah,
that was what people were there for. They played Smash 4 the entire fucking time.
See, I kind of don't want E3 to die because I love the awkward conferences that, the guys that are, the big CEOs that, never talk to kids, they're, coming out, they're like, yo, check this. We got something awesome for you, but keep it on the DL. And they're everybody's sitting there what the fuck? Just show me the other shitty Assassin's Creed game you're making. I don't care. And then they turn the demo on, and the guy's like, we got some new dynamic structuring, some awesome stuff that they boot the game up, and it's like, why isn't the game starting? What? Oh, we didn't bring it. Oh. I love when they do that shit, they have problems, and it's just it's gonna be good. Trust us.
Nintendo's saying that for this E3, it's actually gonna be a playable version of the game, which will honestly, we'll see, and they might announce other
Which means
things
it exists. They're not letting us have it.
They might announce things or information like the NX, but right now the only game you will be able to play at E3 from Nintendo will be Legend of Zelda.
I don't know.
That's a lot of chips in one basket. I mean, it's one of their biggest franchises, but still, you think you should have something
It's
else.
a good basket to put chips in, but I don't...
But I feel like you should have some more.
Yeah.
At least when they did, what was that? The other... It was the Nintendo Club Treehouse they did. That's what they called it.
Yeah.
And it was you walk in, they have this giant Pikmin set up, and it was I don't give a fuck about that.
Oh, Pikmin.
What's this Wii U thing all about? And he's like, oh, no. We no talk.
Yeah, but the fucking fact that they're doing this is ridiculous because E3's gonna be in June, right?
Yeah.
And then have to wait next year, March, which is basically a full fucking year
Mm-hmm.
to even maybe get this game.
Yep.
Even maybe get this game. It's like, why even tease like that?
Because they're assholes.
It's ridiculous. Nintendo's like that old uncle that just got a little too senile for his own good.
I told you, they are the crazy uncle.
And now it's just like,
And now it's just getting sad.
it's like you don't know what to do with him anymore. You're
Yeah.
like, maybe we should put him in a home.
Yeah.
Because he keeps coming over with waffles and he doesn't have a waffle iron, so where is he getting these waffles from?
I love that. That's a great analogy.
It's true, though. It's like Nintendo keeps coming up with these things, and it's like, where did this come from? No one asked for this, and you just have it for us. We don't want it, Nintendo.
Right.
Just use the Wii U. There's plenty of fucking power. You just don't want to fucking use it.
Right. Oh, well. Well, I guess we'll go into a discussion topic, and then we'll end this episode. This is one I came up with. This is, like, deals with game collecting a little bit. Like, I know you don't do it as much as we do, but
Yeah.
I know there's, like, probably things that you want that,
There's always
you know,
something I
like,
want.
old and new or whatever, but
I'm
your
mad at
holy
it all.
grails of game collecting. What are some of your holy grails that you would like to obtain? I know one of mine right off the bat, and that is Panzer Dragoon Saga.
Oh, yeah.
Even if it is shit,
Yeah.
they throw a $300 price tag on there, and I'm like, I want to eat it up. Put that game in my drawer that I then shut and never play it.
Put it in a safety deposit box.
Yep. Go to a bank. You put this in there, please. What the fuck is it? Just don't ask questions. Just do it. Also, put this Assassin's Creed gold doubloon in there, please.
That's a tough one. I own a lot of the games that
Oh, you own everything.
No, I don't. But there's a
World
lot of
Record,
games.
I
There are
own
a lot of
everything.
games that are rare that I don't really want. Like immediately, people are like, "Oh, you want a little Samsung?" I don't really care if I get a little Samsung.
I don't give a shit about that
I don't
either.
care if I get a Panic Restaurant. I don't care. You know,
Fuck are any of these shits?
they're NES games.
Throw them out.
But maybe,
Right in trash.
man, this is tough.
You have a Flintstones and
Dinosaur Peak.
Dinosaur
no,
Peak.
no.
Do you want
See,
that?
I think for me, a lot of the TurboGrafx games that are just they've skyrocketed in price. Like a Bonk 3,
Yeah.
that's like $300 game now. I think.
Is this the best bonk?
Magical Chase, which is a really good rare game, that's like thousands of dollars.
I just see it on Jason's face, like, what the fuck are you talking about?
These are hard to find rare
And
games.
this is all
and,
before his time, too.
yeah, before his time. He was alive during TurboGrafx. You were just.
But I'm sure he wasn't
You were
playing.
old
I
enough.
didn't give a fuck about
Yeah.
no damn TurboGrafx.
Yeah.
I still don't.
You should. It's a good system.
Still though.
It's a good system. I'm trying to think of some others.
I would like to get a copy of Final Doom on the Saturn, because that's kind of rare for some weird
Everything on the
reason.
Saturn is. I feel like the Saturn did not get. I mean, I don't think it got like the released. Like the games didn't get released as much around here.
No, well, that's the thing. Like, the Saturn is something I do have a couple games for, but it's not really the games I want for it, because what I want is not very obtainable.
Yeah.
Like, there are a few that I came across just because it was, like, luck, and that's like that X-Men Academy. That's not exactly common. And, or the Children of the Atom, I'm
Children of
sorry.
the Atom.
Yeah, that's not exactly common. Like, you know, I have the two Panzer Dragon games. One of them is thanks to you. I have Knights, which isn't as common as I think it should be, because it was like a main release from Sega, but
Man, Shining Force 3.
yeah. I'd like to get the Die Hard version that was on the Saturn.
With Die Hard Arcade?
Yeah. That's like fucking astronomical amounts of money
Yeah.
for a really
Yeah.
horrible game, but
I mean, I brought up Roll of Rose before. Because,
good luck on that
because
one.
I wish I had bought it before it skyrocketed because I had an opportunity to. So maybe that's one. Like, I always kind of hope that, like, someday I'm just going through a pile of DVDs in a box and all of a sudden one happens to be there.
yeah. I'd always like to get Spider-Man Web of Fire on the 32X.
Yeah.
Even though I know that's a bad game too.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. A lot of like they're harder to find games because we're collectors. We want them because they're hard to find, but yet.
But they're shit.
They're crap.
Most of them are crap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Jack's Brothers. That's crap. That was a 32X game too. Oh wait, no, that was a Virtual
That's
Boy
a Virtual
game.
Boy game.
Yeah. Which again, like you look at Virtual Boy, that goes for way more than it probably should, and it's a terrible fucking console. But
Yeah.
you know, a lot of people want one.
Yeah. The Mega Man games on the Super Nintendo, 7, X2, and X3, I'd love to get someday. It's ridiculous. The
So what,
prices
like
they go for.
X2 is expensive?
Well, even X is over $50 now, I think, which
Jesus
is just
Christ.
insane. But like X2 and X3, I know they're over $100. I
You
think
don't
X3
have Mega
might-
Man X?
I have X.
Oh.
I don't have 2, 3, or 7 on the Super
Oh, okay.
Nintendo.
I think I have. Okay. I'm thinking X6, X7, because that was the ones that were on the PlayStation, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Because here I was thinking, I said, maybe I help a buddy out. I'm like, oh no,
We've done that in the
I
past.
don't got any of that stuff.
We've done that in the past. We've helped each other out, but
Yeah, you gave me a copy of Hyperstone Heist I didn't have, which is like going for a good bit now. So I guess you don't have.
no, he.
He's got more important biz.
Obviously, I'd like to get more of the Nintendo 64 consoles in the different colors.
Yeah, I'd love to get that orange one. Don't think I'm ever gonna get it though.
Yeah, you're not gonna find those.
See, and I also hate, like, if I even go to yard sales and I see people have them. Now, I did get that one for $5, I know.
Mhm.
But, like, most other people, they'll slap a ridiculous fucking price on them. And, like, because I saw a green one once, and they wanted, like, fucking $125. I'm like, nah, I can't.
Mhm.
They're not common, but they're not fucking, like, that rare either. Like, I've seen more of them in my time than just like, oh, you never see that, you know.
Yeah.
And that's, again, it makes it so hard to obtain any of these because, like, the market is so ridiculous.
And it's a bubble that could burst eventually, but it goes in waves because for the longest time, and even still, the Nintendo NES stuff went up in price so much. Then all of a sudden it was the Super Nintendo stuff went up so much. Now it's like 64 stuff's going up a lot. And now people are going back in Sega Genesis stuff is getting crazy now. And it's like, it's kind of going in waves. It's like once people hit the age where they have disposable income, they go back and they collect the things they remember.
Right, well, can you tell me why? No, I was looking for the copies of this, and I thought it would be easily obtainable because I wanted to I had like a little craft project I wanted to do, like make coasters out of like Mario Duck Hunt cartridges. So I'm like, okay, these had to be like a dime a fucking dozen nowadays. I go and look, $12 fucking for one of them. That's like the normal going price.
Which doesn't make any sense.
No.
It's the most produced game besides Wii Sports of all time.
Yeah, it came with the shit. Like, they gave it away.
Yeah.
What?
Mario Duck Hunt. It goes for like $13 now.
GameStop
on eBay.
used to not be able to give them away for 25 cents, and now there's just...
I think I have a copy of that.
I honestly, I think people are sitting on stuff. I think people have stuff stored away because they think they're going to retire off it someday, and the prices are going to come down because people that have them, and people that want them already have them. It's basically like if you want it, you got it. Unless it's something that's rare or got discontinued or whatever.
Right.
The prices are like, we're not going to continue to see Contra going for like $50. We're not going to continue to see like Streets of Rage 2 apparently going for 30. It makes no sense, like, why stuff that got released in such quantity.
Damn, I can retire early. I got that in the box and the manual.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It just blows my mind with it is going to pop. But are there any things? I mean, I know you've talked in the past about limited editions.
Yeah, that's mostly the only things I really want is like the Reach Legendary Edition with the statue and all the Halsey whatnot. Because I just want to have it to like put the statue out. Same with
Wait,
first.
is that the book, the journal book?
No. You have the the fucking regular collector's edition. Then there's the legendary edition, which is in a box that's like that big.
Yeah.
Comes with a giant fucking statue of Noble Team, and a bunch of other things like it comes with the book and some other like
Like Halsey's personal notebook.
yeah.
Well, I can make your day come true for you. Right down there.
What?
2 over from Ready Player One. There it is.
Oh, I know you had the book.
Yeah.
I
know, but I'm saying there's a part of the puzzle if you want it. There's a part of the puzzle if you would like to have it.
That's kind of like how I have the Big Daddy from the.
The collector's edition of Bioshock 1 was another thing I fucking want. Because it came with, like...
Which is a great story.
It came with the goddamn, like, posters of, like, actual in-game stuff, the soundtrack, a bunch of really cool shit. And I didn't even know about it. I couldn't even have gotten it otherwise. Same with Dead Space 1, with the fucking plasma cutter, which, if you try to buy it separately, is like $500, and it's like, fuck you,
like
dude.
Link's Scarf.
It doesn't do anything. Yeah, Link's Scarf. That was a shitty collection edition of,
But especially
Hyrule Warriors.
people on Etsy would make ones that look way better than the one that was packaged
I've
in the
seen
game.
it.
Yeah.
It's just
The colors look off on the one they officially packaged. Like, it looks too bright. Like, it looks terrible.
Yeah. It's just certain collector's editions I would just...
There was, like, the
Like
one,
that.
when Dark Souls 2 came out, I kind of wanted to get that collector's edition that came with
have
that
it.
statue, but I hate the way the fucking thing looks molded, though.
It's perfectly fine, dude. I if you want, I will show it to you. I own it.
Okay. Because, like, seeing pictures of it, like, the ground that he's standing on, it just looks like they took black and put orange colors in it, and it just runs the whole way down. It's just this big solid chunk that has, like, no real good texturing. It's just like, here's colors.
See, you're focusing way too much on the bottom part. The statue itself of the character
It looks
is
fine.
really well
Okay.
modeled. Even, because I got the collector's edition for 3 as well, and that statue is amazing looking.
Yeah, I
Not to
didn't.
mention, the box itself it comes in is so fucking nice. I can't be the only one that's excited about that kind of stuff, too.
No, I like, the only thing is like, see, I'm pissed because you can't always get them from all the stores. Doom, coming out, has a collector's edition. It has a fucking super articulated, super detailed Cyber Demon statue that comes with it. GameStop isn't carrying it. So where the fuck do I go then to get it? Other than Amazon, unless I have Prime, to get it, like, pre-ordered. You can't.
Yeah.
If they don't get it, then you're fucked.
Yeah. And, like, there are a few collector's editions that I missed out on that I kind of, you know, resent. Well, it kind of sucks because at the time, I didn't have the money or just was like, no, I'll get it later. And that is the Skyward Sword that came with the gold Wiimote.
My brother has that.
I've got that.
Yeah, I know. I know people have them.
I got that.
I'm just saying that now, if I want it, I gotta fork the money out for it. And then,
Well,
of
you
course,
fucked up like I did.
or of course,
fucked
the version of
There you go.
with the Ganon statue. Which one was that?
The Twilight Princess?
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
Twilight-
I don't have that
not-
one
not
either.
Twilight Princess.
Wind Waker.
Wind Waker.
But
With the
that,
Ganon statue.
you have to buy the game itself and not the console combination, which came
Right.
with the Hyrule
Right.
Story electronic version. My friend Mikey has that statue. It's not that good. It
Yeah.
looks pretty crappy. No offense to him. We both discussed it. Like they have his eyes really wonky. It's not good. But I get what you mean when you still want it.
Yeah, sure.
I don't have the one of Skull Kid that came with the Majora's Mask for the 3DS that I wanted.
Yeah.
Which, if I was you, I would be kind of slightly pissed though, because they reissued that exact same statue. You can get it as a standalone now for like way less.
Oh yeah.
I don't.
Which I think is bullshit, because that's like, that was, you know, like they go like, oh, you know,
Well,
special
pre-order-
release statue that you can only get with this game, and then like a couple months later, like, oh, here it is. You
Yeah,
can
but
just
the
buy it
pre-order
now.
on that was it 50 for the statue in the game?
I think maybe 50, maybe a little
Which
less.
is pretty
Might
damn
have been,
good,
might have been a
actually.
little less. And when you consider the game itself probably came out at 40. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I would have gotten on the Destiny limited edition, because I did get a Ghost from somewhere that doesn't work now, so I got to buy a new one. But
He's not over there anymore.
what came in the whole package was fucking awesome though too, because it was like you got the Ghost, You got the game in a collectible steelbook. You got like notes from like field notes and all this other different stuff. Like it was really cool stuff that was in that.
Yeah.
Which then it also came in a gigantic box that no one would have anywhere to normally put in their actual life. Then now they're just throwing it the fuck out then.
But yeah, like I was saying about boxes, I fucking love certain ones. Like the Dark Souls 2 one is kind of mess. It kind of just looks like this,
Yeah.
but with a game inside. The Dark Souls 3 one is the PS4 one is like this nice black finish with that PlayStation blue with the red knight on the front.
Oh, okay.
The blue. And
That's
it's
awesome.
really well done. And that statue is so goddamn like amazing. It's fantastic.
I'm also kind of pissed that I missed the Pip-Boy edition of Fallout 4.
Well,
Corey owns that.
the thing is
Fuck her.
like you really
I'm
had
sure
to
you
be
might.
quick to get that. I think though.
Oh, yeah,
because-
that was one of the things.
Yeah.
Like my friend Mikey has the Alduin for Skyrim.
I wanted that too.
And well, I was like, I would want that. It's really fucking nice, but he bought the PlayStation version, and I felt bad for him.
Yeah, I did too. I felt bad for me too. But well, see, the funny thing with the Pip-Boy version, around Christmas, I ran like Target got like a resupply of them in. Yep, there it is. They got a resupply of them in, and I'm standing there like looking at it. I'm like, fuck, because I can't afford this right now because I've got family to buy shit for. I've got Will to buy shit for.
Damn that.
But it's like at Christmas, it's like you're buying stuff for other people, and then you're looking at this price tag of like $2.99 for a game, and you're like, "Fuck me, man."
Yeah.
And then it's funny, like I mentioned before, I watch a channel, Ashens. He does like unboxing, and he did a Game Tat version 5, and it was the Pip-Boy was in that. He unboxed it, and he's like, okay, well, he fucking puts it on his arm. He's like, really kind of fucking cheap plastic. These knobs, they don't do a goddamn thing. And he's like, it's just a window for you to slap your fucking phone in, which not all versions of all phones will work. So if you decide to buy a Note, which is what I have, or you got the bigger version of the iPhone, it won't work with this. So I'm like, what? Like, I guess it's good on one hand that I didn't get it,
Yeah.
even though I probably wasn't going to go walking around out in public like an asshole with this fucking thing on my
I'll tell you
arm.
right now, I would have gotten me a fucking Vault 101 jumpsuit and worn that motherfucker everywhere. Anybody wants to fucking start some shit, I got my fat man right here, ready to go. Blow up the whole city.
In audio context, that is
Yeah,
hilarious.
people are like, what is it? What?
He's the black one, right? Oh, that makes sense now.
People that know Fallout know what I'm talking about.
But I don't know. Like I missed out on some of the Halo ones. I like the one where like 3 had the helmet that it housed
John
it in.
got that because it was extra from when he worked at GameStop and they just gave it to him.
Fuck, goddamn.
Just the helmet though, not the whole like thing.
He didn't get the whole thing, but he got
No,
the helmet.
He got the helmet.
Occasionally, like pre-order exclusives and stuff like that. Like once it's over, they give them away. A lot of times, you can find stuff at Goodwill. Like I remember one of the Hitman games. Like I went to a Goodwill
Came
and
with
like
Garrote.
the whole shelf was just all these statues from the Hitman game. I'm like, this is ridiculous. What the hell happened?
Well, as Fred said, it is Hitman, the greatest game series that ever existed.
I will say
Well-
I am super happy that I got in on Bloodstained for that.
Yeah.
Because I would have been pissed had I not known about Bloodstained.
Well, before we finish, do you want to tell the story? The yard sale story about the
I
Big
think
Daddy
you
from
should.
Limited Edition?
You tell
Do
it
it.
much better.
All right,
Because it happened to you.
So
I was just
yeah, but I
alone.
didn't even realize it. At
I
the
was
time.
in your sidecar for
I
this
didn't
one.
even realize it at the time. So a lot of times, Matt and I, on weekends, we would go out and we'd hit up yard sales.
Yeah, we are real friends. We don't pretend.
looking for.
on the show.
We're not just coworkers. We would go out and we would hit up yard sales looking for games, collectibles, stuff like that. Sometimes stuff to resell. Yeah, I'm a reseller. So what?
You're a dirty fucking piece of shit.
It's just so I can buy other shit.
Goddamn animal.
I'm just
You're
buying
just reciprocating
to
it.
sell shit to buy
Like
other
I buy
shit.
shit to flip. I buy shit because I'm a reseller and I flip it, and I buy other shit off of other resellers so they can flip it
It's a whole pyramid scheme.
for Dracula. You know?
It's a funnel, okay?
It's a
It's a
fucking.
funnel.
It's a goddamn Klein bottle.
So we go to this one yard sale where a guy just basically had a couple of TV trays sitting out with stuff on them. And like it was like tools and like other like random stuff like music CDs and stuff, books and stuff like that. Typical yard sale fodder. And there's a little statue of a Big Daddy from BioShock. And I pick it up and I look at it and I was like, man, that's got some weight to it. This is really cool.
Yeah.
So I look at the guy, and because it has no price tag on it. So I look at the guy and I go, how much for this Big Daddy?
See, but no. This is where I gotta come in, because you didn't say it like that. You go like this. How much for the statue, Big Daddy? You said it like that. So the guy goes, "Huh." You, still completely oblivious.
Yeah.
You're just like, he tells you the price, you pay, you're all happy.
$2, yeah.
Walk back into the car, I'm like, you realize the way you worded that, you just called that guy Big Daddy. You're like, no, I didn't. I'm like, you were like, how much for this Big Daddy? You put a little bit of a pause in there. It wasn't fluent. You were
I
like,
said it kind of like Dusty Rhodes. How much for this Big Daddy?
Either way, you're making it seem like you're calling him Big Daddy.
Exactly.
and you just made that guy's fucking
Because he got
day.
really happy.
Too much of a pause, you're calling him Big Daddy. Too less of a pause, you're calling him Big Daddy.
He got like extremely like overjoyed that now I had engaged him in this.
Look at you called him Big Daddy.
Yeah.
You massaged his ego, and you gave him $2.
I did, yeah.
You made his fucking year.
I quickly gave him $2 for that.
Quickly, you were just like,
He couldn't get it out of his
Yeah.
wallet fast enough.
I'm like, sold.
what a fucking spring-loaded contraption. Like Spider-Man, shoot them fucking
But
bullets
like
right off my
getting in the
wrist.
car, and I'm thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, I kind of like I want to fire Buddy out of my room because he had no clue what this thing was. He just bought it probably in a whole bunch of stuff. and
he
he's
probably thought it went in a fish tank.
yeah, he's like probably did. He has no clue this is called a Big Daddy, so he has no like reason to think that I'm calling it by what it is. He thinks I'm just referring to him with this affectionate name that I've created for this man now.
Yeah.
How big was this fellow?
He wasn't big. He looked like a guy who might have
wasn't-
rode a motorcycle
he
for a
wasn't
long
big.
time.
So that probably was even better because then he's like, this guy, I'm only like, I'm just a little guy. He called me Big Daddy. For you, $2.
Which I said, I wish he would have fired back with, I like the cut of your jib.
So anytime you go somewhere and you have the opportunity to buy a Big
Call
Daddy,
him Big Daddy.
call him Big Daddy, and you might get a good
What
deal.
if it's a woman?
See, that won't work with the Bioshock
Yeah.
universe. He'd be like, hey, little sister. How much for this Big Daddy?
But I will still
You
say,
calling me a fucking
I still
Queens of the
was.
Stone Age song?
You know what I'm gonna start doing is like when there's people who don't price stuff at a yard sale, I'm gonna start going up and asking them the price. Sound like Dusty Rose. I'd be going up and go, yo, how much is this game over here? How much is this game? You $2? Would you take $1 for it?
I'm not fucking going
You
with you.
fucking love that voice, dude.
If you do this when Jason comes along with us, we're going to be somewhere else. We're
You've
leaving your
already
ass
said in the
behind.
past. You've already said in the past you don't like you get uncomfortable when I haggle with people.
Yeah, and now you're going to do it as Dusty Rhodes. I'm going to be so uncomfortable. Like, naked in public in my dreams uncomfortable if you
That's
start this shit.
uncomfortable for you?
It's weird.
I'm naked right now.
I know. It's touching my leg.
Inappropriate, Matt.
But I'm going to be so uncomfortable if you do that shit with a Dusty. I'm going to be like, I do not know this man. I just want to say that right now. He needs help.
I see over here you got this dog dish. and it says Rover on the side. Now my dog's name ain't Rover. But he might still eat out of this dish, so how much would this be?
And I love they tell you a price and be like, well, I would like to just clarify that I really am not buying this for a dog. I'm making a soapbox derby car. And I need an adequate steering wheel.
I mean, obviously.
They're like, well, we have an actual steering wheel over here. No, it needs to be comical.
Have you never seen the cartoons where they built it out of garbage lying around?
We're doing this for my podcast. We're reenacting wacky races. And I'm going to be, I can't remember, Dastardly, yeah.
Dick
Dick
Dastardly.
Dastardly and Muttley.
I'm gonna be like Dick Dastardly.
See, but Dick Dastardly's car was like a legit car with a bunch of like crazy contraptions.
It was
in
a
it.
fantastic car.
Yeah, it was.
Fucking stop. All right.
Get that oil slick?
Son of a bitch.
Get the dog with me there.
Muttley.
Motley.
Can you do the Muttley
It's
laugh?
the dog dish.
Huh? Can you do the Muttley laugh?
I can't. I don't know if I...
There you go.
Oh, my God. End it. Fucking end it.
So if you liked what you heard, which of course you did,
Which I don't know how you couldn't.
How the fuck could you not?
and you're probably wondering, where can I find more of this Big Daddy? Well, you can look in the annotations
So
below
painful right now.
to find out all the places that
And
you
what
can
does one of
find
those
us.
annotations say, Will? Just one of them. Just one of the annotations.
One of them would be the iTunes podcast app.
Oh shit, iTunes, you are on the spotlight
What you
tonight.
do is you go on there and you subscribe, and it gets sent directly to your device.
Directly to your
Directly.
device.
And I
No
will warn you,
hesitation, no delay.
when you subscribe, it also will send every episode to your device. So have some room ready. I'll just put that out there right
You're just
now.
gonna go over your limit.
Yeah, Grindcast is gonna fill you up.
You subscribe and you say you want all the episodes, you're going to get 123 episodes that are almost all an hour long.
You gotta take some time. Really sit down.
Fucking hate you right now.
Please, will you just stop?
Fucking love it.
And then...
Thank you all for listening, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Fuck you, Will.